Welcome back to all the crackers in the box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. I'm getting ready here to start sewing up the interior of my Yip Yips. So this isn't exactly how they did it on the pattern. I just kind of stuffed it in and went around because I wanted it really loosey-goosey, and I just trying to sew. Oh, and this was the other thing I could not remember that I got as a prize on Temu is one of these boards. Very thin, very small, very compact. It was a little bent, so I have it sitting under something to even it out. It's most of the way done. And I just have it on one of those laptop pillows at the bottom, just so I can have a nice flat surface to work with today. Really glad you're here. Let's get hand sewing. So, because this white is poking through, I don't really like that. And then on the side here, there was a couple of these that were just a little bit bigger than I would have liked. So we're going to push one to the side. I'm going to grab scissors. Apparently I got two pairs of those scissors. I did not know. I had a few scissors hiding in my cute sewing bag. Cute sewing bag? I mean, cute sewing bag. It's a makeup bag, and it's got little shiny dragonflies all over it. Oh, compartments come out. It's fantastic. We are going to use some Gutterman. Good old sewing thread. Because I have sewing thread. Alright, so we want to shape this. I think what I could do is if we go inside out, that might help. So we're inside out. Okay. Now, this might not actually help. I'm going to be honest here. This is probably not going to help. So I want to go all the way around. Yeah, that's not going to help. I'm going to have to do it from the inside. Well, I tried. Most of the time when you're sewing, you're doing inside out. But this time, I'm sewing this way. We're going to get all that in. And then I'm going to just basically give it a bit of a little bit on there, right about there. How's that look? Because the inside of their mouths are supposed to be like black. You pop that in. Could hold some scissors, maybe. Probably a little bit too big, but you know, there's probably something she can hang out of them, or both of them, whatever. But first, we are going to thread a needle. And I don't have a needle minder with me at the moment, so I usually just pop them in through here. Did you know that some of these actually have a compartment, like if you turn them and pull them off, and you can put needles inside them to hold them? I thought that was really crazy. Some of them do, some of them don't. So I'm not sure which ones do or not. I'm not an experienced enough sewer. I dabble. Just a bit of a dabbler. I think I'm going to go with this one right here. These are dollar store needle packs. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Pop that there. And then I'm going to do this. And I'm going to get this needle threaded. Okay. Alright. In through here. And I want to have these done for tomorrow. So my daughter has her teacher appreciation gifts done. Because boy oh boy, do teachers work hard. And we're just going to do another little double knot because I always have the tendency to double knot a double knot when I'm sewing because I've had them come undone. So that has been one of my things ever since the first time I started playing around with sewing, which I don't do a lot of. Okay, so we're going to fold that part over. And I'm going to start down in through here. Then I'm going to flip this just a little. So what I want to do is I want to miss out on this whole row here, and I'm just going to sew through the yarn rather than in any other way. Alright, so I'm just going to give it a little hand sew. Tangle up all the threads, yeah, try to keep it as neat as possible and flipped over. So just a little. And if it wrinkles, that's okay too. I mean, she had an actual pattern, had a whole thing about what size to do it. And I like it. Works for most people, but for me, I know I wouldn't be able to follow it. So I got to do it my own way again. And then we go through here. And then up and through. I gotta do this with my granny square bag too that I kind of want to sew, but now at the same time I kind of want to keep. I don't know. I'm so indecisive about actually selling anything. I keep going back and forth on it. I hear good things and I hear bad things. I hear some people say it's just makes you hate your hobby. And I don't want to hate my hobby. I don't. I love crochet and I love spending time doing this. This is a little challenging, but it's nothing that will break me. By challenging, I mean that. Okay, we're not going to tangle, but I feel like you want to. Alright. Okay, we're getting there. Then I'm going to go over here. And we'll give it just a little through there. And then I go up and through. So it's a little bit backwardsy. I'm sure there's lots of people screaming at their screen right now telling me their thoughts and feelings on my sewing abilities. But I never claimed to be much of a hand sewer. Usually when the kids need something hand sewed, we just kind of give it to Grandma. She is really good at it. I don't know if it's the practice or just something about it, but she really is very good at it. Where I really struggle with keeping my lines, like my stitches, nice and neat. I've always struggled with that. That's probably why my embroidery is so difficult for me when I'm doing the amigurumis. I can cross stitch, but that's just making little X's, and they're usually on a grid, so that's not like any talent of mine. Making sure that the colors are close to what the pattern was calling for is a talent. That's a lot of Googling when you got to replace colors, because that is happening a lot with a lot of my older colors. I don't have them, or I can't get the same color again. So I have to be very careful when I'm starting something cross stitch related, just for that reason. There we go. So this board here is supposed to be something you can take one of your rollers and cut with, and I'm going to be doing that soon. I got a couple shirts to fool around with. Add sleeves, add maybe take them apart on the middle seams and add more width to them on the sides under the arms, if you follow what I'm saying. So I'm looking into that. I do love the sweatshirts with the crochet arms. Those are so cute. I love seeing people make those. I really want to do something like that for the girls especially. I don't know if my son would like that, but I know the girls definitely would be quite into that. So I'm thinking maybe for a winter project for them, I will do something like that to a sweatshirt that could use a little bit of style upscaling, or just repair in general. And I'm going to go through here, back out over here. So I'm not making the biggest stitches, but I am making some. There we go. It's starting to look pretty darn good. This is turning out better than I hoped, because I was really nervous about this part. I don't know why I get nervous about it, but I just do. But that's quite alright. Alright. Now I'm going to go through here. Even though backtracks it a little bit, it's going to be just fine. There. Oh, I love that. So I'm on a pretty good kick of watching videos of people homesteading, because that is, I am a gigantic fan of Laura Ingalls Wilder books. I love the Little House book series, and homesteading's always been very interesting, so I'm looking at modern homesteading. There's a lot of young ladies out there buying like shacks and fixing them up, or cabins in the woods and all that kind of stuff. So that is really neat. That's an interesting way to get around not being able to afford buying a pre-built house. Rebuild it yourself. Live in a van for a while. Do what you have to do. Camp out while you're working on your property. I think that's pretty cool, so I'm being supportive. And it's very relaxing to crochet too, so that helps too. And I'm still listening to audiobooks on the side, so I got a series going on right now. I think it's by Elle Adams. It's about a library witch and her family, and they live in a magical library and all sorts of adventures. She's kind of got a crush on a Grim Reaper apprentice, so that's kind of different, but okay. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. And no, they are very tame. There is nothing. I could listen to them all day with my kids right next to me and not be concerned that they're going to hear something super inappropriate. At worst, they might hear of, ooh, a ghost or something, and even then, my kids are definitely not traumatized by that. Okay. And I'm going to pop this one over here. And then we're going to come back through that way. A yummy carrot. Alrighty. Coming along really nicely here. a lot better than I thought it was going to be, so that is amazing. It's coming through. I'm getting the effect I wanted, and it's working out, so that is such a relief. I don't feel stressed after working a few days and all that. It was been rather busy at my job, so this is a nice change of pace. I did some housework, cleaned some dishes, and tomorrow I'm probably going to take the little one out and go out for a couple hours. Just go and do some stuff, like go to the Dollarama and grab a couple small items I wanted to get for the household. I love taking the bus with the kids because I pay for my bus tickets and I get 10 trips, but the kids can get on the bus as many times as they want for free because they're under 12, and that is fantastic. I absolutely love that, because then I can just focus on them rather than the trip. There we go. And that goes right through. Anyways, I'm going to continue working on this, and I will show you when I'm closer to being done, but that is how I sew things in to get this together. Anyways, thanks for joining me here today at All the Crackers in the Box, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!